I'm really fed up with this in America right now. I'm so fed up. I'm fed up. Fuck. I'm a fuppy. And I'm plain fed up. These are really turbulent times in America. Who are our leaders? Who are the people that represent us? Who's going to lead us out of this mess? We really only have two parties. Who they represent? Themselves. Increasingly, it's become clear that they represent themselves more than they represent us. Sadly, our respect for Congress is at an all-time low. And now that we're facing the greatest economic crisis of our lifetime, has Congress come together and forged a cohesive plan that's going to lead us out of it? It's hard to believe we could have less respect for Congress. How do these people get their power? For people who crave this kind of national power, how do they get into office? They make promises. All these promises we hear every election year, they sound so good. Who pays? We pay. We pay for the broken promises and the failed policies. And the bureaucracy gets bigger and bigger. Let's talk about the financial bailout of Wall Street. Taxpayer got screwed. Both parties acted in their own self-interest instead of putting the country first. And in addition to the $700 billion they gave to the captains of the Titanic as the ship was going down, they also added another $140 billion in pork. Doesn't it make you sick? Makes me sick. That's why I started the Fuppie Movement, because I'm fed up with politicians, I'm fed up with political parties, I'm fed up with partisan politics, I'm just plain sick and tired, fed up, fuppy. I've decided I'm a fuppy today. I'm mad as hell, and I don't want to take it anymore because I know we can fix this country, but we're going to have to do it ourselves. We can't depend on Wall Street. We certainly can't depend on Washington. They are acting in their own self-interest. Let's start with the fact that it's our money, taxpayer money. It's absolutely insane to give it to the big companies on Wall Street to buy toxic paper. They actually call it toxic paper because it's not even real loans. It's theoretical fractions of risk from a paper trail originated by a third party and serviced by a fourth party. You can't even see the asset from the person holding the paper. It's useless. Toxic paper is exactly what it is, and only a fool would buy that. No businessman would buy that, but they want the taxpayer to buy it. The bailout makes the taxpayer Wall Street's patsy. Here's a better idea. Let's take the taxpayer and loan it to the good guys, the citizens who pay their bills, pay on time, and have a good credit rating. At the same time, we'll get the housing market going because everybody's dream is to own their dream home where their family's going to live and reside. So let's give these guys that have done everything right, let's make available to them 30-year fixed rate loans at 3 3/4% interest. Fixed rate, not adjustable rate, fixed rate. They're never going to get a loan like this in their lives. They're never going to get a deal like they have available in the market right now with housing discounted at about 30%. You're going to have 20% down because it's back to basics. But that 20% down at these market rates are going to guarantee that the taxpayer money is safe. No bailouts for people who created toxic debt. Let them sort that out themselves. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, AIG, if we give them new liquidity, we're going to lose our money buying this stuff, and they're going to take their new liquidity and they're going to take it the most profitable, risky thing they can find. That's what they did before. We'll call our government-backed mortgage program Prudence Max. What about American small business? American small business employs more Americans than big business does. Who gives them a bailout? These guys don't ship jobs overseas. These are the guys that we work for, the guys that make the payrolls. These are the people who are the honest, hard-working people in America. They don't get bailout because they're not TBTF, the new great term, TBTF, too big to fail. Well, TBTF is just BS. American small business deserves a break more than the financial geniuses that created the meltdown. Let's invest with the small businessmen. SB is better than TBTF. Yes, there is risk, and we're going to have to be prudent about it, but the small businesses in this country are the ones that are going to reignite our economy. And their dreams are our dreams. We all dream of owning our own small business. This is not a trickle-down economic plan where we watch corporate executives get big golden parachutes after they wreck their companies and they pull the eject button, they get $30 million or $60 million, whatever the case may be. And this isn't a trickle-down economic policy where we give a bailout to a company and the next day on TV we see them partying in California, spending unheard of amounts of money on themselves. Doesn't it make more sense to rebuild our economy, sharing the hard work and benefits with the good citizens of this country? It's time to reach our fingers back in the soil, rebuild the foundations of good business practices. Hard work, sweat equity, and loans for people who deserve to have loans. The best thing is this stuff is simple, 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 simple. There is already infrastructure to make home loans and small business loans. We can start right now. We don't need a depression, a long-term recession. The plan will start working immediately. We'll get the money out there. We don't have to free up all the frozen financial markets. We loan it right to the people, and they go right out, create jobs. Restore consumer confidence, restore confidence in ourselves because we know we can do it. We're not looking to Washington, we're not looking at Wall Street, we're going to do it ourselves. Everybody's going to get to work. These are the things we know how to do. Let's get going. Flood Congress, tell them it's our money and we don't like how they're spending it. We have a better idea. No bailouts for big corporations. Be a Fuppie.